Welcome, I'll be reacting to Outlander, Season 7, Episode 2. I was in a hurry last week, so I didn't have my kilt on, but I have it on this time. You can't see it, so I'm going to put some footage in. This episode is called The Happiest Place on Earth, so apparently it's about Disneyland. This is a commentary. It is not a market substitute. Please support the original on Stars. Sorry, I miss Black Sails.
You'll get to live your happy little life.
Yeah, and you did it. I think. I don't know.
We should make an effort to truly live. To count our lives in thoughts, feelings, breaths
R.I.P.
and
Tom.
heartbeats. Not the number of days, months, or years.
Flawed, but he went out like a boss. Like Boromir.
I've been staying in the woods.
Keep away from him.
So I can be near her.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Claire, stay back!
I loved her with all my heart. From the time she was born and she was given to me to hold.
This might be a little too wild for Outlander, but what if we have a Game of Thrones going on? Like Cersei and Jaime? But with these two, and that's why he was so passionate? I don't know. Outlander's willing to go pretty far. Is it willing to go Game of Thrones far?
Did he tell you that my aunt took me and Malva to her execution?
Ooh.
No.
Skin so fresh and soft. She was
Oh,
mine.
they are going there.
You killed her.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't her fault. None of it.
I'm surprised he didn't go after Ian.
So you put her up to saying it was Jamie's?
To explain the child, see? That way she wouldn't have to marry anyone.
I'm kind of feeling a little bit for Malva now. As awful as she was, he's worse.
That she loved you. And she'd tell the truth.
Oh, wow.
I followed her to your house.
She was trying to do the right thing.
No! 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 I won't let you do it. You can't kill yourself. Your father sacrificed himself for me. And for you, whether you deserved it or not.
I cannot.
Ian? Yeah. Well, she wasn't perfect. She was a lot better than a lot of us thought she was. Wow. Until he started talking about, like, her soft skin, I didn't see this coming. What a messed up family. Poor Claire, though. Going through all of this. Finding out Malva tried to protect her. Do you want to hide a body? It doesn't have to be in one piece. Who's there? Oh
I knew
no!
the devil put his hands on Alan Christie the first time I laid eyes on him. Best we hurry. Someone else comes along.
Oh! Well, thank you. I guess that's that plot line basically over. They did mention the fire again in the opening, and I know that happens January 21st, 1776. This doesn't look very wintry. Summer? I don't know. What year is it? Should I be nervous or not? More! I knew it was Disneyland. I called it. I called it.
I think her name's Amanda. It's Latin. She you is loved.
Oh. Like, wait, was there a date on that newspaper? Let's go back.
Girl.
Stars. Well, there's a bakehouse to be let, but I don't see a date.
Amy McCallum just sent over this quilt she made for her.
That's lovely.
Oh,
Speaking
pretty.
of our famous daughter, where is she?
Oh, with her granda.
What do you think? Fine bay, yes? Same as Granny's horse.
So
It's
cute.
all yours, Liana. Granda will teach you. And you will be
This is too
a
cute.
bra equestrian.
Can you imagine Jamie as your granddad? Something's wrong? Oh no.
It's called patent ductus arteriosus. It's quite common in newborns, especially those who are born a little early. Not enough oxygenated blood flows around the body.
And you're sure this is...
That's why the fingernails were blue.
Will she die?
Oh.
And without surgery,
If they had been in modern times. They were so careful about not traveling with the child before, but I guess they have no choice. The question is, will it work? And they don't have a gem right now, I don't think.
Roger, you're supposed to go back to Edenton. You can complete your studies and get ordained.
We're a family.
What if she can't get back?
We'll all go. God will have to wait.
Mama said that's where Autotooth came through.
Yeah, and that's where they got split up.
well, no nurses. Operating on an infant is...
There's one thing we can do, Sassenach. Again, it may not be your first inclination, but I find it eases the mind.
Now that I'm reading the books a little bit, the biggest change I've noticed is that Claire is very religious in the series. She keeps the perpetual adoration, she prays, and then you get TV Claire, who's not quite an atheist, but maybe agnostic. And you have scenes like this where Jamie's like, oh, we should pray for them. And Claire's like, that's not the Claire of the books. I think both versions of Claire are interesting. Personally, I do prefer the book version here.
Saint Eligius, patron of horsemen.
What?
What has that got to do with the sick child?
Well, no, Sassenach. Yeah, that is between me and the wee bairn, but again, the saint will look after her.
Oh, Jamie.
She can hear it too.
Oh?
Well,
How do you know?
She said so.
Oh, will Fergus be here? We haven't seen him in a while. I love how he has a toy airplane and no one knows what it is. You're like, what's that strange object? He has a gem.
May I present my son, Lieutenant Lord
Oh
Ellesmere.
my.
William Ransom,
Her brother!
your servant, ma'am.
But what about you? I thought you'd gone back to England.
My regiment is here to help quell the trouble.
Oh no.
And
Is he
Papa
gonna be okay?
insisted on accompanying me on the journey.
I'm really looking forward to the Lord John books.
I already had a father. I didn't want another one. But
That's true, their stories are kind of similar.
I haven't forgotten my other father. I never will.
That was lovely.
He is determined to fight. He has your stubbornness. I fear you may be right about that, John. Her own opinions on many subjects. Like her mother. I fear
This is goodbye, isn't
we
it?
must sever all connection between us.
It's too bad Jamie can't tell him.
Even in silence, I shall remain your most humble friend.
This is kind of like the life and death of Colonel Blimp, isn't it? Something extra tragic about friends having to fight on opposite sides and trying to keep the friendship through all of that.
Take it for Brianna. John, are you sure?
No.
You said you took it from that island all those years ago because you thought it might be of use to you one day.
Is this the day?
Perhaps this is that day.
They remind me of Disneyland.
Where's that?
You'd hear music everywhere.
Yeah.
Musicians playing horns and drums, marching up and down the streets.
It's one of my favorite
You
parts.
could go up and shake hands at Mickey Mouse.
He's like, who?
What's that?
It's this human-sized mouse with these big ears and gloves.
A giant rat. Let the bairns play with it.
He's like, the future is weird.
They call it the happiest place on earth. And for a little while,
It is.
it really seems that way.
What? What? What if they get split up? What if they go to the wrong time?
They're throwing it out.
Claire? You could have at least sold it. That was terribly impractical. I sometimes worry I'm too practical to be romantic. You could have sold it.
We should probably go fetch that gem.
Yes. Thank you, Jamie. Maybe in the morning when you can see. Oh, this is pretty. I love the tree. But is it a fire festival? That could be a problem if it's not. I should at least wait for a new moon or something. I feel like even if this works, she'll be back.
A man of honor.
Hmm.
I'm proud of you, Roger Mac.
Yes,
There's
we
no
all
other
are.
man I trust with the lives of my daughter, the bairns.
I don't want to leave you, Brenda.
No.
If one day you should meet a very large mouse named Michael, tell him your grandsire sends his regards. I can't say goodbye to you.
When you said goodbye to Mama at the Stones, that I was all that would ever be left of you. But you are so much more than that.
It seems like they won't be coming back, at least not for a while. Maybe not until after the war. Remember, January 1776, don't be at home. They have a purpose, really a purpose for going through this time. Hopefully that will be enough. The willpower. Save the daughter. Maybe that was what was missing last time, is the full focus. A need to get through. Well, something happened. Well, stick around for a while in case it didn't work and they come back through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what time we're in until an airplane goes by.
So maybe.
Airplane! All right, but when exactly? And they have no ID. They have no money. Maybe the wooden airplane will fetch like $10. Poor Claire. This is kind of the second time she's had to give up her daughter.
Who allowed the rather unusual family to remain together.
Oh good, I was worried about them.
We made new memories every day.
Fraser's Ridge. Polly Sanctuary. Wait, don't go in the house. What day is it? Remember why Brianna came back? Remember how you have ether in the house? This sound design is scaring me.
Where did you get these?
You have to concentrate. You have to go there with a clear head and focus.
So I'm gonna need another gemstone. Probably more than one. I assumed you wouldn't
Great.
give them up so easy, so I brought some friends.
This is how the fire starts. The ether, they could smash it and then... Oh no. I think that was ether.
Ether. No! don't do that!
I guess it was January. That was quite an exciting episode. Based on the performances, it sounded like Brianna was kind of planning to leave and not come back for a long time, if ever. Or maybe they were just worried that even if they got through the stones this time, all 4 of them might not be able to make it back. The question is, will Roger continue his studies and become a priest in his original time period, or will he go back to teaching at Oxford? I feel like he had a genuine calling though and will go to seminary. And at least this way, Bree can be the engineer she always wanted to be, rather than making incredible things like matches and having everyone go, eh? That was a great moment when they came through the stones and Jem had the little toy airplane and then the airplane came right through the shot. What would have really been great though is to have the final scene be Jem in Disneyland and he sees Mickey Mouse. They probably couldn't get permission, but what a wonderful moment if he went, "Granda says hi," or something. My heart would have completely melted. I'll be at Disneyland hopefully in a few months, so I kind of want to go to see Mickey Mouse if I see him at a meet and greet and go up and say, "James Fraser says hello." I can't be the only person planning to do that, right? I'll try to get a video if that happens. So I'll add that to my bucket list. If I see Mickey Mouse in a few months, Jamie Fraser of Fraser's Ridge in the 18th century says hello. I'm so annoyed by Wendigo though. First of all, there are so many ways to pronounce it. Wendigo, Wendigo. I forget how they were pronouncing it in the episode, but I'm used to supernatural. In fact, back when I went camping, I used to draw the symbols around the tent. I can't be the only one that did that, right? Come on, raise your hand if you drew the symbols for protection against Wendigos when camping. What an explosive ending to this episode, though. Hopefully, Claire and Jamie knew what was going to happen and they just threw themselves out a window the minute he did the match. I can't believe he didn't know you're not supposed to do that near ether, though. I mean, seriously?